It started with Ben Fire Emergency Medical Services Officer Peter Hosick attending a 2-day training class at the Resuscitation Academy in Seattle, Washington. The Academy is designed to help EMS managers and directors improve cardiac arrest survival in their communities.
Got back here, and one of the first things we did was, hey, we have to measure how good are we at this? And in that measurement, we came out with roughly, kind of back of napkin stuff, about 20% survival. And I knew that we needed to go up. At that time, the national survival rate, which was a small sampling, but it's about 33%.
The need was clearly identified, but there were obstacles to overcome.
Strange roadblock that I think we both incurred in both the fire department and in dispatch was kind of a mental belief initially that people just didn't survive cardiac arrest. And that pervaded my fire department, and we run EMS here too. And it kind of came out from the dispatchers. And our numbers at 20% kind of self-reinforce what we believe.
Officer Hosick knew that raising the cardiac survival rate was going to be a challenging task.
I knew from going to class that the first 3 links in the chain of survival, call early CPR instructions, early defibrillation, that all actually lies with dispatch. So as great as I could make the fire department at this, I really needed their help. And that's where I came back and reached out to Megan.
Once Captain Hosick showed us the data and we started looking at the points that could have the most impact for the community and survivability, and we saw that they really were at dispatch. So that early identification and getting hands to chest quickly. And we listened to our calls, so the 911 calls that were coming in that would fit this criteria. And it was taking us some time to get to that. We had some roadblocks that we needed to look at and remove. And so after we heard that, we started going out to the call takers and the dispatchers and talking to them. Hey, what's your concern? Why aren't we getting to CPR quickly? Because we do have a medical protocol in place. We identified a couple of big concerns. They were afraid of hurting people. They were afraid of doing CPR on someone who didn't need CPR and maybe breaking a rib. And Captain Hosick was able to show them the science behind what's happening in the body. And if you're dead, and you're in cardiac arrest, a rib you don't need to worry about a rib. You need to focus on getting those compressions started.
It's too late by the time fire gets there alone and tries to initiate CPR on our own. That's probably in Ben, 6, 7, 8 minutes in, whereas the dispatchers, they can start CPR literally within 90 seconds.
I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next. And I'll tell you how to do chest compressions.
The call taker partners with the caller, and they work together to help save this person. We have tools in place in front of us to be able to provide good CPR instructions to problem solve something they might have in front of them. And then they're gonna do CPR. We're gonna coach them the whole time. We're gonna provide reassurance. We're gonna make sure they're going 2 inches deep. We're gonna make sure their hand placement is correct.
Pump the chest hard and fast at least twice per second and 2 inches deep. Let the chest come all the way up between pumps, and we're gonna do this 600 times or until help can take over. Count out loud so I can count with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We've trained the fire department in high performance CPR. We trained the dispatchers to be faster, really get our instructions out quickly. And we watched our 20% survival jump to about 42%. And then the next year it was 50%. And we had another year of 50%. And then in 2016, we jumped to actually 71% survival.
Data is amazing. When you can show them what other systems are doing and the success they're having, then that gives them hope. And what we really found is that once we had our first survivor, and we were really fortunate that that family embraced being a survivor with us, and we were able to kind of go on that journey with them, that changed everyone's perspective because we saw what was possible. We saw the impact we had on someone's life. The impact that this has had is not only on surviving cardiac arrests in our community, but on the whole community itself, because now 911 and Ben Fire partner on so many things. So as a citizen or a visitor of our community, you know that when you call us, it's a fluid system. It's not individual silos. We're all working together to help you.